From the beginning of time, men and women have been friends, family, but yet rivals as well. Some of the most epic battles have been fought from the North to the South Pole and anywhere in between. As time flies, battles have transformed themselves into sports. Yet, the fundamentals remain the same, with lighter shields and a different type of sword. But evolution is clever. It introduces new rules but keeps one thing intact: adrenaline. So it's with honor and pride that we present to the world all of the above into one sport. Hockey ball, the game born in the North that can be played from the mountains to the ocean, and from America to Europe, all the way to the land of the rising sun. Napper. Anyone, anywhere.
All right, ball hockey fans, back here at the 422 Sportsplex in Pottstown, Pennsylvania for the Men's A Final at the 2026 North American Ball Hockey Championships presented by Napper. The home team, it's the Ottawa GodFathers, the number 2 seed this weekend, undefeated through their 6 games so far. Took out the Garden State Indians 2-1 in the first semifinal. But they're looking across the floor at the 3-time defending champion, Pittsburgh Gods. Gods, the 4 seed in playoffs today, cut their way through Arsenal in the quarterfinal, and a dramatic overtime victory against the Warriors to get this rematch of last year's final. Starting lineups coming up here in just a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, cool hockey event set and like to thank our sponsors, Napper, 2-10 Custom Sports Apparel, Custom Balls and Pucks.com, and the 422 Sports Fest along with all of its employees are helping you make the 21st North American Championships the largest of these with 107 teams across 3 weekends and over 1,550 teams since its inception in 2005. Tonight's Men's A matchup will be the 4th North American Ball Hockey 8th Division Finals matchup and a rematch of last year's finals. Tonight's matchup features the defendant and 8-time North American champion and 4th seed from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Gods versus the Ottawa, and the 2nd seed, the Ottawa GodFathers. And the closing are the one-time champions.
And we're all set, just minutes away from the drop of the ball in this men's A final at the 2026 North American Ball Hockey Championships, presented by Napper. Step onto the rink with confidence using Napper USA, the premier ball hockey equipment supplier in the United States and proud sponsor of cool hockey events. Elevate your game with gear designed for champions. GodFather's waiting at the circle for the opening faceoff. It's Abamosa, Serdic, and Shebley, their top forward line. Ray and Martin on defense. Austin Delaney, as he's been all weekend, in the crease for Ottawa. God's shuffling the forward lines in this game as Ricky Anderson out with an injury for this final that he suffered in the semifinal. So they'll start with Nikola Jeski at center, with Moore and Migliozzi on the wings. Interception, shot on goal, that goes all the way into the corner. Migliozzi runs it down, sends it in behind the net. Ray winning the battle, gets help from Martin. Martin sends it back behind. It hit the goal frame, stops behind the net, comes back now to Martin. Ray, doubled down low, kicks it over to Chebley. Albright plays it out of the air into the corner. Chebley digs it back out. Ottawa trying to work it down the wall. They had Serdic all the way down at the opposite blue line, but couldn't get it out. Now they'll reset behind the net. Both teams get an early change. First minute of this men's A final. GodFather's trying to break in, can't get past the line. Now it does go in off the stick of Perron. Zavola chases it down, now runs it himself the other way, backhands it into the corner. Wins the race, sends it all the way around the wall, but it only gets halfway out. Ottawa cuts it off, they clear the zone. Satachi spinning away from pressure, drops it for Drew Albright. Albright, the overtime winner in the semifinal against Garden State. Gets over the red line. Tried to go into the zone, had it poked away. Perlick, all the way down into the corner. Around for Drew Albright, has Satachi in front, couldn't get it there. Walks it out himself, takes the shot, save made, and cleared into the corner. Early stop there for Delaney against Drew Albright. Still in the Ottawa end, Perlick chasing it down. Working by himself as the rest of the forwards change. GodFathers will gain control and move forward. Code gets over the line, drops it back, Vollett into the corner. Shane Bessajor getting to it. Has it swept away, but it goes to the wall. Gulas supporting. Working around the net. Centering pass, backhand shot partially blocked. Bruno going after it. Bounced over his stick, it comes back to the point. Shot all the way through, off the glove of Scanlon and over into the corner. Steve Shaw with the attempt there. Scanlon kicks it aside. So both goalies get the nerves out with their first test. 2.5 minutes into this first period. God's behind the net. Started out with Biaggetti. Hits the blue line, sends it all the way down. Delaney behind the net, handles it, kicks it around for Shaw. Shaw sends it around the wall. Gets all the way to the blue line, but cut off. Chernetsky, top of the circle, turnaround shot, kick save Delaney. Shaw runs it down, shovels it behind the net. Holden keeps it going. Toltesi plays it off the wall. It gets tipped and out into the bench by Justin Graham. We'll see where they put the face off. It's going to stay deep. Right off the draw, shot blocked from Wysong. Another attempt. Hits the body and sits in the crease. Wysong chasing it down. Plays it into the corner. Comes around behind the net. Finds its way to Alex Martin. He missed it though. In front, shot just wide. off the stick. And now over Chebley, sends it back. Martin, under control, moving up. Sends it through the middle. Dumped in by Abamasa. It goes out of play. That'll stay outside the zone. Approaching the halfway mark here, the first period. Tied 0-0 in the men's A final. Blondeau picks it out off the face-off, plays it down. Rayoum throws it out to the point. Shot blocked. Doesn't get it out though. Zavola gets to it. He'll get it to the blue line and lob it all the way down. Delaney out to play it again. Has to move it quickly. It comes all the way around to Villette. He's chased by Moore. Gets it up the wall to Blondeau. Pass all the way across the zone for Rayoum, but it got jumped by Albright and kicked back down. Joe Abamasa behind his own net. He leaves it there, goes to get a change. Holden picks it up. Now that long pass into the middle. Over to the near side wing. Gaining a line, it's Henter. Gets some help. Henter kicking it further down, but Drew Albright bodies him out, gets to it. Lobs it up the wall, Migliozzi steps away from the forecheck, has some room to run. Gets the line, tries to pull to the middle, poked off his stick and out of the zone. Albright gathers, Pittsburgh will reset. Albright turns away from Toltesi. They'll go back in behind the net, complete their change. Chernitsky up the wall, just too far for Perlich, and that will be icing. Godfather's asked to move the face-off to the far side. Bullis will look to pull it right back to Toltesi at the top of the circle. Second attempt gets it there. Shot, save Scanlon. Rebound. And a backhand try goes just wide from Graham. Now a pass through the middle goes all the way out to the point. Held in nicely at the line by Ray. Into the corner. God's kicking in behind the net. Now move it up the wall. Satashi, long pass into the zone. Perlich pulls up at the goal line on his backhand, trying to turn to the middle. Knocked off of his stick. Martin. Perlich wins the race, keeps it down low. Noah Perlich. Chernitsky going to the net, goes back to the point instead. Shot, big save by Delaney, getting on top of his paint. Nikolajewski coming in for that shot from the point. Delaney got out with the blocker. Ball comes all the way to the red line, and it does get out. Graham shovels it all the way down into the corner. That ball kind of running away from Nikolajewski. He lost it. Abamasa pressuring him. Nikolajewski gets it back. He's doubled. He's got Batista trying to help, but Ottawa gets to it. Back to the point. Lots of room. Shot off a stick. Goes high and wide over the net. And another shot from the point. That goes wide to the corner. Got away from Chebley. Turning it and running is Biagietti. Rolled away, but it bounces ahead, in on goal, shot, saved by Delaney. Broken play there, skipped ahead to Batista. He had a good look, but now the other way, it's Chebley getting inside. Good recovery by Albright, plays it to the wall. Chebley goes to scoop it up. Great pass all the way through, it just went past Blondeau, but he's got it back. Backhand shot, goes across the blue paint. Jordan Albright grabs it, curls, takes off, moves it over. Some room, gets it back, rolled off his stick, couldn't find it. Has it back, though. Nice pass over. Hancock down low. Turnaround shot blocked by the foot. Still on the stick of Batista, blocked again. Reum in for Ottawa, into the middle. Blondell, oh, he had a big chance there and overran the ball, and then he got it back to Reum, but his shot went wide. Now it's in behind the goal. Wysong picks it up there. 1 minute left, first period. Still no score. Plays it in behind the net. Gods will get set here and try to put together one last rush. Jordan Albright leaves it for Drew, goes to the bench. Plays it ahead for Wysong. Wysong has room to take the line. Runs past, but has it knocked off the stick. Quick reset for Ottawa. They turned it over. Shot, save, rebound. They score! Pittsburgh gets the first one off the rebound. Godfathers tried to reset in their own end and put together a rush in the final 30 seconds. Pass intercepted. And the Gods cash in the rebound opportunity and take a 1-0 lead. And just 28 seconds left in the first period. Pittsburgh gets on the board first. Right off the draw, it's deep in the Ottawa end, and they're forechecking here to see if they can get another one. Pass all the way through the zone, gets away. Albright spinning at the point, trying to keep it in. It comes out over the line. They'll have to reset with just 15 to go. And now a chance maybe for Ottawa. Henter into the middle. Sends it over to Code on the wall. Code spinning away from two, but couldn't get a shot off, and time runs out. So after one period, the late goal from Magliocco, and it's 1-0 Pittsburgh in this men's A final. We'll be back for the second period after this. Back here for the second period at the 422 Sportsplex. Pittsburgh Gods holding on to a 1-0 lead with the final minute goal from Corey Magliocco. Off the face-off, Gods come up with it, try to play it in, but it's intercepted and dumped deep by Ray. Albright back for it. He's got Graham on his back, running away behind his own goal. Now tries to circle back, makes some room. Reverses again. Now sends a pass out. Running onto that one is Moore. Moore plays it into the corner. Delaney kicks that one over. Martin, long pass, intercepted at the point. Albright into the middle. Some room. Moore, shot wide of the near post. And Delaney comes out to cover up. And again, the injury update for the Gods. Ricky Anderson out of this game after the broken nose he suffered in the semifinal against Garden State. Corey Hirsch with the forward lines in the blender in this game as he's down a man, just trying to find every combination he can. Right now it's Chernetsky on the draw with Perlich and Satachi. Perlich right off the face-off. That got blocked by Shevley. Bounces up over the net, lands in the crease. It's loose. Shot, they score! Noah Perlich finds the loose ball. He had the first shot off the face-off that bounced high in the air off the body, landed in the paint, no one can find it. Perlich hunts it down, and just like that, Pittsburgh's up 2-0. As Delaney got all the way back in his paint there just to make sure he didn't get hit with the falling ball. But Perlich cleans it up. And the Gods up 2-0. These teams played in prelims on Saturday. Ottawa won that game 3-2. They'll need at least 3 now to win this final, down 2-0 early. And Perlich's right back after it. Into the corner, chased by Shaw. Perlich trying to work it out. He does. Gets to the dot. Crossing the circles. Looking for another shot. Then goes into the middle. Oh, he had Chernetsky running, but intercepted by Blondeau, and now out the other way. Ottawa into the zone. Perron chasing after it. It rolls around. Nikolajewski gets there first. Taken away from him. Chernetsky comes in to help. Comes to the middle, but backhanded out of the zone. Bruno takes the shot from the top of the zone. Save made Delaney. Ray behind the net. Slows it down. Ottawa getting set up. Dumped in from the blue line. That hits something on the bench. Got a stoppage, and that'll come back to where it was played off the stick of Mike Henter. Just outside the Ottawa zone. And Noah Perlich making his Pittsburgh Gods debut in this tournament. Normally plays with the Rose City Royals. Against some of his fellow Canadians here on this Ottawa team. Gets a big goal to make it 2-0 Pittsburgh. Now in over the line, the Gods again, a shot. Score! 3-0 Pittsburgh. It's PJ Biagietti on the slap shot. Just a simple zone entry play, and PJ Biagietti winds up with way too much space. Lays into one and beats Delaney glove side. And just inside the post there, and less than 2 minutes into the second period. 2 more goals for Pittsburgh. They're up 3-0 and now in complete control of this game. Deep in the Pittsburgh end. That pass gets away, out to the point. Shot, side of the net. Diving save Scanlon. He's got it in the glove. Great play by Ray there. Fake shot, pass to the short side post. Toltesi didn't quite get all of it. Scanlon flies over with the glove and gets the whistle. And a big save there from Scanlon to keep the momentum when it looked like Ottawa might get it right back to a 2-goal game. Sprawls out with the glove hand. Graham has it off the faceoff. Curling out, looking through the middle, it goes all the way to the wall. Now behind the net. Boulos turns his back. Backhands it into the corner for Graham. Graham curling around. Back for Boulos down low. Ottawa working the cycle here. Trying not to rush, knowing they need 3. Toltesi puts it in front, it's loose. Jamming away, it's in the net! It's in the net, Ottawa's on the board. Vasilopoulos was near the ball. I don't know, he goes to the bench first, so he may have gotten a touch on it. Swept to the net by Graham. Boulos was in the area. We'll see if there is a second touch. Graham gets the backhand on it there, and it just rolls along Scanlon's pad and into the net. And a quick response that Ottawa needed after the Biagietti goal. They get it back to a 2-goal game. Now 3-1. Off the face-off, Wysong plays it into the zone. It comes right back to him. Out one-timer, blocked. Magliocco in front, trying to find it. Rolls all the way in on Delaney, who gets a whistle. And the official credit to Justin Graham on the first goal for Ottawa. They'll need at least 2 more here, still down 3-1 as we're 3 minutes into the second period. It's deep in the Ottawa end. Chebley tries to move it out. Pass ahead into the zone. Serdic has a man going to the net, takes the shot, glove saves Scanlon, and he hangs on. Abamasa charging there, covered well by Hancock. So Serdic takes the quick shot, Scanlon gets the whistle. Blondeau out to take this face off for Ottawa. Wins it back to the point. Shot, saves Scanlon with the blocker into the corner. Good rip there from Ray. Now along the wall. 2 from each team converging. It bounces forward for Pittsburgh. Moore plays it ahead. Migliozzi gets there, comes back. All the way into the corner from Morin. Now comes all the way back out to the point. Good keep there by Albright. To the front of the net, Morin trying to find it. Dug out by the defensive stick of Martin, and the rush the other way. Martin has it back. Gets the line. Has Blondeau go into the net. Pulls up. Takes a look. Now sends it down low. Centering pass. Back to Martin. Shot. That's blocked up over the net. Good stick from Hancock. Blondeau has it in down low. Ottawa trying to change while on offense. Played into Rayum down low. Rayum taken to the floor, but the ball comes around for Code. Code to the backhand. Lost it. Tried to get it to the point. Didn't get enough on it. But Moore couldn't get it out. Nice pinch there from Villette. On the half wall. Pass all the way across. Now back out to the point. Wind and fire Holden. That goes to the corner. Albright gets it out. Running himself. Gains the line. Has room. Shot. Save. Rebound. Moore trying to find it. Bounced over his stick. And now a counter the other way with some room. Bain Bejazor throws it all the way into the corner. Graham, the goal scorer for Ottawa, has the ball again. Working in the corner. Trying to get away from Nikolajeski. Bolis coming in to help. Goes past him all the way around. Toltesi back in behind. Gods find it, and now it could be a counterattack the other way. Nice pass ahead for Perlick, but he's caught up. Perlick loses a stick, so he couldn't get that loose ball. Abamusa plays it around for Boulis. Boulis keeps it going. Now a pass through the middle, skips off the stick of Shaw. Runs away from him, Perlick gathers it. Sends it ahead, bounces off the wall. Satashi couldn't get there. Now Ottawa with a chance. Racing in, near side shot, blocker, saves Scanlon. Backdoor play, that's blocked. Now comes out to the point, wind up, shot wide from Martin. Serdic has to run all the way out to find it, lost it. Bruno plays it all the way down. Anthony Ray deep in the Ottawa end. Starts to walk up, taking a look. God's going 2-3 here on the trap in the neutral zone. Chebley back for Ray. Now Chebley. Chebley plays it past Savola, runs it down. Looking for options in behind the net. Serdic runs around near side. Resets it Abamasa. Abamasa has some room. Back across, they score! Chebley cuts it to a 1-goal lead on the one-timer. Andrew Abamasa runs it out of the corner, puts it on the tee. And Adam Chebley with another one-timer goal. Just right in the wheelhouse there from Abamasa. Chebley on the floor, past the foot of Scanlon. And it's a 1-goal game again. Godfathers win the draw, have the momentum. They play it in deep. Drew Albright back to get it. Spinning away from the forecheck of Perron. Comes all the way around. He gets it back from Bruno. Tries to run it himself, gets it out of the zone, but then loses it. Good steal there from Bruno off the stick of Blondeau. He plays it down. Delaney out of his net. Kicks it around to Holden. Blondeau dumps it all the way down. God set up in behind their own net. Nikolajewski walks it up. Kicks it back over now for Albright. He goes in behind the goal. 3 minutes left here, second period. God's up 3-2. They led 3-0. Ottawa with the last two have made it a game again. In over the line. Biagietti sends it to the net. Bounces off a body into the corner. Ottawa trying to get it out. They lose it. Albright chips it down the wall. Got cut off by Code, who now has it on his stick. Albright chasing him. Code trying to get the line. Does. Sends it all the way down. Nikolajewski back for it. Over to Albright. Pass across the zone to Wysong. Wysong spinning away. Rolled off the stick. Ray chases it. Comes right back to Wysong. Hands it off. Jelziak shot. Off the body into the corner. Magliacco stuffs it in front. Good save there from Delaney on the wraparound try. Ottawa send it all the way back in deep. No icing. Bolette chases it down. Holding, sends it to the net. Oh, just past the stick of Coltesi. He gets the carom, throws it back through the middle, nobody home. Migliozzi over to Drew Albright, back to Hancock. Hancock out for Migliozzi. Stutter step move, makes some space, gets the line, hands it off, shot to the net, goes all the way through and wide. Joey Moore in the corner gets doubled. Comes down Migliozzi, nice spin move off the wall, and now he's got room on his backhand, takes the shot, saved, and covered up by Delaney. Nice piece of stick handling there by Migliozzi to make some space, but he couldn't get back to his forehand. Delaney cleans up the backhand shot and gets the whistle. 1:18 to go, second period. Still 3-2 Pittsburgh. Gods get Perlick back on the floor here for the Ozone draw. Morin wins it over to Albright. Goes down low. Abamasa gets there, plays it ahead. And now sent all the way in deep. Drew Albright runs it down. He's harassed, kicks it ahead to himself. 1 minute left in the second period. He gets away from the forecheck of Cerdik. Sends it ahead. Perlick gains the line. Pulls up. Return feed. Nikolajewski with room. Takes the shot looking for a tip just past Migliozzi. Tried it off the rebound. Delaney got to the post. Stolen away by Abamasa momentarily, but now tied up, and the whistle blows as the ball stopped moving. Looked like Ottawa pinned it to the wall there, so it'll stay deep. .40 seconds left. Chernitsky comes out for this face-off. He's got Perlick in the one-time spot if he can win it with his backhand. It's tied up, though, by Ottawa, and they'll get it out of the zone. Running onto it with some room. Shot, save, Scanlon, second try, makes the second save as well on Perron. Perron wins it again. Blondeau, backhand pass. Oh, it would have been a one-timer, but it rolled away. Now Satoshi the other way, makes the cut. Sends it over for Perlick, 20 seconds. Perlick down low. Out, one-timer, all the way through, save made. Delaney, and the rebound gets swept out of the zone. Only 10 seconds left. Nikolajewski's got to hurry if they want one more look. Gets it ahead. They had the line. Maybe one chance here for Satachi. Pulls wide, and that will end the second period. So the Gods score two early in this period to build a 3-0 lead. but Ottawa answers with 2 of their own. It's a 1-goal game again with 1 period to play. Pittsburgh Gods 3, Ottawa Godfathers 2. We'll be back for the third after a word from our tournament sponsors. Back here for the third period of the Men's A final at the 2026 North American Ball Hockey Championships, sponsored by 2 and 10 Custom Apparel. Are you looking for high-quality custom uniforms for your team? Check out 2 and 10 Custom Apparel, specialists in premium sublimated jerseys and team gear built for performance and durability. From concept to game day, 2 and 10 delivers bold designs and pro-level quality your team can be proud to wear. 2 and 10 Custom Apparel. Gear up the right way. Gods looking for their 4th straight North American Ball Hockey Championship in the Men's A division, holding on to a 3-2 lead. PJ Biaggetti's goal made it 3-0 Pittsburgh early in the second period. But then a pair of goals from Graham and Shebley got Ottawa back within 1. And they'll control off the faceoff. Ray moves it ahead. Right into the zone from Toltesi. Poulos chasing it. Trying to win it away from Batista, but Batista comes up with it into the middle. And now moved over for Biaggetti with some room off sides. And Bruno doesn't like it, but he's whistled for entering too early. Nice break out there by the Gods, and they had a rush going, but killed with the offsides. Shebley back out there now with Abamasa and Serdic. Kicks back off the face-off. Abamasa waits, takes a look, makes some space, now sends it through. Serdic over to Shebley. Shebley deep into the zone. Andrew Abamasa going after it. He's got it. Moving it up the near side wall. Chips it out to the point. Sent in deep by his brother Joseph. Serdic has it. Serdic walks it all the way up. Hits Abamasa. Down low for Andrew. Out in front, bounces away from Serdic. Drew Albright runs onto it, lost it, got it back. He's on a rush. Albright pulls up. Has a man in the middle. It's Batista. Backhand pass. Bruno had to settle it down and take the shot. Save Delaney. Now it kicks out to Wysong with some room and another save Delaney. Couple good looks for the Gods there to get back to a 2-goal lead. Austin Delaney keeping Ottawa in it. Bruno would have had a one-timer, but he had to dust it off and take the wrist shot. Now a run the other way, down to the floor, no penalty coming. Pittsburgh on the counter. Batista in deep. Ray back out to Blondeau. Blondeau resets it for Ray. Blondeau again, now across the zone. Martin. Martin running, has the line, lost it. Sent out. Ottawa has to reset, kicks off the foot of Martin. He has to circle back. Now brings it out to his own blue line. Taking a look, over to the wall. That pass tipped by Nikolajewski, and he runs the other way. Has a man going to the net. Takes the shot. Save made. Delaney hangs on, and a little extra shove there. Ray doesn't like it and comes in. Pulls Magliacco out of the crease. As Delaney made the save, you could see a little bit of the ball. Magliacco trying to see if he could pick it out with his blade. And certainly can't be surprised to get a little extra after that from the defenseman. And a penalty call they're going to call the slash on Magliocco there for slashing the goaltender when he had the ball covered. Mike Zambon explaining the call to Corey Hirsch on the Gods bench. But play to the whistle does not mean that you can dig the ball out from the goaltender's equipment, and that's what they feel he did there, is Delaney had enough of it to have the privilege not to be chipped at there. So Ottawa will get the first OPBHL power play of this game. Chance to tie it up after they went down 3-0 just 2 minutes into the second. They'll win the draw, but it's in no man's land. Albright lost it. Ottawa able to set up the zone. Surdick back to the top. Ablamasa to Ray. Down low, Shebley. He's the trigger man. They want to get him a one-timer. Ablamasa one-timer. Ray off into the corner. Shebley gathers it. Gods in a small box here, letting Ottawa move it around up top. Trying to take away the cross passes. Now over Ray, one-timer, that hits a body, goes up over the net, skips back out in front. Shebley scores! Shebley again! A bad bounce off the back wall after it went over Scanlon, and somehow it finds its way to Shebley again, and he's tied the game at 3. And it kicked off the glass into the slot. Basso Boulos was spinning around trying to find it. He's going to say he did this on purpose here. Watch as he just kicks this ball as it lands in his feet right over to Shebley, and the ball just finds goal scorers in these big games. Shebley with another one. It's 3-3 with 7:20 to play. Ottawa cashes in the power play, and it's a new hockey game. And right off the face-off, icing called here on Holden. It'll come down to the Ottawa end. And in the Gods semifinal, it was a careless penalty by Garden State that turned the tide of that game when Jake Robb got an unsportsmanlike after his initial penalty to give them a double power play. Gods tied the game up on that 3-minute advantage. Now a unfortunate penalty of their own on Magliocco's part there after the play gives Ottawa the power play, and they tie it up. 7 minutes left here in regulation, all tied up at 3. Albright has it down low. All the way up the wall, tipped into the zone. Goes in behind the net. Delaney thought about it, then goes back. Holden plays it around. Trying to win the battle and get it ahead is Abamusa. Now cutting through is Rayum. Tried to get the shot off. Good stick, Nikolajeski. Rayum has it again, though. Goes to the point. Henter, shot all the way in on Scanlon. He eats that one up and gets the whistle. Save there by Scanlon, and then little stick lift there, maybe trying to draw a call there. Rayum just lets it fly in the air. Nothing there though, and we'll stay 5-on-5. 6.5 to go in regulation. Tied up off the draw. Gods come in to help, but it kicks all the way back out to the point. Ray walks it in, shot all the way past everything. Rayum chases it down, throws it in behind the net. Nobody's there. Zavola lobs it out. It goes over the head of Ray all the way down. Icing waved off. Ray will hold on to it while his forwards finish their change. They get Toltesi, Boulos, and Graham back out there. Here's Toltesi. Up the wall for Graham, too far. Bruno's going to chase it down behind the net. Spins away. Takes off, nice pass off the wall. Batista has some space. Over to Biaggetti. They gain the line. Biaggetti tries to feed it to the middle. It bounces all the way through. Played up the wall by Martin. Toltesi off the glass. Graham runs onto it. Has Boulos joining him. Trying to shield off, now sends it in front. Scanlon sweeps that in behind the net. Now dumped all the way in by Biagietti. Delaney stops it behind the net, sets it on the table. Joe Abamusa walks it up slowly. Kicks it over, now dumped in deep. Scanlon comes out, knocks it in behind the net. Nikolajewski. Into the middle for Albright. Jordan Albright taking a run, 1-on-3. Kicks it over to the side. Migliozzi shot. Hits Albright. He finds it though, and then his pass goes through everything. Rush the other way. Surdick brings it on ahead. Drew Albright keeps him from getting the line. It goes back into the Ottawa end. Shebley has to chase it down. He's pressured, but kicks it all the way behind the net. Good run there by Morin to force Ottawa to reset. And now he'll finish the change. Still tied at 3 here in the Men's A final. Pittsburgh the first 3, Ottawa the next 3. Just over 4 minutes away from overtime. That is icing, as Bain Beausejour didn't have the line when he played that ahead. Chernetsky in on the draw. Sets up to try to go inside to Satachi. Ottawa wins it though. Good work in the circle by Henter. And behind their own net. Henter has it back on the half wall. Gets the blue line, dumps it in deep. Drew Albright back for it, pressured by Code, tips it ahead. Satachi spins away, had it poked, but Albright was there to cover up. Nikolajewski. Back for Albright, long pass, too far for Satachi, but not hard enough for icing. Martin settles it down. And since this is a final, if we go to overtime, there's no shootout. It's just the fourth period. Continuous 5-on-5 till we get a goal. Albright plays it ahead. Out of the zone. Nice play there by Perlick. Martin goes to get it. Chased by Perlick. Satachi also down low, but it's now back behind the net. Good reset by Ottawa, and they'll charge ahead. Ray hands it off. Shot, Rayoum saves Scanlon. Over to the wall. Batista slows it down. 3 minutes to go here in the third period. Albright gets to the red line. Passes it all the way across for Hancock. He sends it into the corner. It kicks off the glass. Bruno gets there first. Into the middle. Batista couldn't get to the forehand, so he spins back. Now goes out to Hancock. He's going to lay into one, looking for a tip. Goes wide off the back wall, and it's in! Rebound kicks off the back wall. PJ Biagietti with his second of the game, and Pittsburgh has the lead again. Hancock's one-timer just becomes a perfect pass off the backboards. Nothing Delaney can do there. It just goes right to Biagietti, who was all by himself. Quick finish on the backhand. Very close to an amazing save there from Delaney. Just gets under the arm. Biagetti's second of the game. Pittsburgh back in front with 2:49 to play. Ottawa off the draw. Again under control. Shebley, he's got 2. Sends this ball through to Abamasa. In over the line, offsides. Surdick thought it was already in and was in the zone when Abamasa spun that ball over the line. It'll come back out. Both teams still with a timeout as we get down to 2:40 to go in the third period. GodFathers get it again off the faceoff. Villette gains the line. Circles it all the way around for Shebley. Shebley, covered by Nikolajewski. Trying to make some space. Curls out, now sends it in down low, Abamasa. Andrew Abamasa curling out, shot, blocked. Hits the ceiling. That'll stay deep off the defensive stick. And now Ottawa will use their timeout. .2:18 to go. Ball deep in the Pittsburgh end. Ottawa takes the timeout. We'll watch and see if Delaney stays at the bench and they get the sixth man out right off the faceoff. James Brown and Mike Martin drawing up the play they won here off the faceoff if Ottawa is able to get control. Corey Hirsch has the Gods at the bench, setting up the shell they'll put out here to try and close out this fourth straight North American Championship. Delaney is back in the net, all the way at the hash marks of the circles, ready to take off quickly if Ottawa controls the ball off the faceoff. Vasilopoulos to take the draw for Ottawa. He's got Shebley and Surdick on his wings. Martin and Ray back on the point. Josh Morin on the dot for Pittsburgh. Hancock to his left. They'll go three in the middle on the right with the Albrights and Batista. Ball's dropped. Kicks back towards Ottawa. They get it back to Ray. Delaney goes to the bench. Extra attacker on the floor for the Godfathers. Shebley has it on the near side. Goes in behind the net. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Played with a high stick by Pittsburgh, and so that'll be a whistle. And another face-off down deep. Alex Martin, the extra player on the floor here for the goaltender for the Godfathers. In the circle, quick shot, rolls into the corner. Shebley has to go get it. We hit the 2-minute mark. Walks it out, near side wall, all the way to the top for Anthony Ray. Ray, over Abumasa, gets it back to Ray. Now Shebley, he's got a pair. Shebley, shot, save, Scanlon, rebound, loose in front. Scanlon covers it up. Vasilopoulos in front trying to dig out the loose ball. Scanlon gets the glove down. 1:44 to play. Another good win by Bullis. Back to Ray. Over to Shebley. Shebley walks up, gets to his spot. They'll try to set up the one-timer. Him and Ray playing catch, trying to open up a lane. Ray down low. Now it's kicked back out for Shebley. Now Ray. Over. Now down low for Surdick. 90 seconds to play. That pass intercepted. Biagietti has the empty net for the hat trick, but he just gets the blue line and sends it all the way down. Ray goes to get it. 1:15 to play. In the center circle, Ray plays it into the zone. It's in, they have the zone. Shebley on the half wall, sends it to the net, off a foot, and it bounces into the corner. Martin back out to the point. Ray once more, now Shebley has some space, takes the shot looking for a tip, it gets blocked. Albright runs it out of the zone, trying to get to the empty net, he overran the ball, circles back, it's stolen. Ottawa's gonna have at least one more look. Ray for Shebley, 45 seconds to play. Ray right back to Shebley. Shebley all the way across. Sliding play to keep it away from the one-timer by Biagietti. Now Ray shot, kick save Scanlon. Into the corner. Shebley with 35 to go. Takes a look, back out to Ray. Has to settle it down. Now Shebley once again, the shot. And it hits Hancock in front and goes in behind the net. Hancock takes it to the wall, trying to kill time. 3 Ottawa Godfathers coming in. Shebley comes up with it, 20 seconds left. Shebley out to Ray, has a little room, turns it down, sends it over Abamasa, shot, blocked, still loose in front. Another shot just through the paint and goes wide. 10 seconds left, rolls away from Abamasa. Clock running out, has it taken off the stick, and that's gonna do it. It's sent all the way down. Icing is called, but time has run out. And the Pittsburgh Gods have captured their 4th consecutive North American Ball Hockey Championship. They win the rematch against the Ottawa Godfathers 4-3. Godfathers clawed all the way back from 3-0 down to even things up, but PJ Biagietti with his 2nd goal of the game late in the 3rd gives Pittsburgh their 2nd lead, and they would not give that one up. Take a look at the last scramble here in front of the net. Scanlon gets a pad on that one. And then a side of the net try after the block shot, bouncing around, goes right across the paint. Nobody could get a stick on it for Ottawa, and it went into the corner. And now the teams shaking hands at center ice after another classic between these two, their 4th meeting in the finals of this tournament over the years. So the Pittsburgh Gods have done it. They've won their 4th straight North American Men's A bracket. Coming up after this, it's the Women's A final. Girls just want to have fun against the A-holes. Jason Kelly will be back on the call for that one in just a few minutes here on the Cool Hockey Events YouTube channel.
From the beginning of time, men and women have been friends, family, but yet rivals as well. Some of the most epic battles have been fought from the North to the South Pole and anywhere in between. As time flies, battles have transformed themselves into sports. Yet, the fundamentals remain the same, with lighter shields and a different type of sword. But evolution is clever. It introduces new rules but keeps one thing intact: adrenaline. So it's with honor and pride that we present to the world all of the above into one sport. Hockey ball, the game born in the North that can be played from the mountains to the ocean, and from America to Europe, all the way to the land of the rising sun. Never. Anyone. Anywhere.